Is this finally the end for Keir Starmer? His disastrous performance at PMQs has left his party in tatters, his career hanging by a thread. A mere 25% of Brits believe he's doing a good job, a catastrophic approval rating that screams impending resignation. Starmer's cabinet is a shambolic mess. It's not just a lack of real-world experience. These ministers stumble from one embarrassing gaffe to another, making a mockery of our government. But the Louise Hay resignation is the real scandal. Starmer has dodged questions about it relentlessly. Grilled at PMQs about the details of Hay's past conviction, he fumbled, resorting to evasive tactics and subject changes. Tory leader, name, rightly called him out for hiding the truth. His inability to provide a straight answer reveals a weakness and dishonesty that chills. What other secrets is Labour hiding? If this is what we *no*, imagine what we *don't star. How many more ministers harbour dodgy pasts or conflicts of interest that Starmer desperately tries to conceal? The entire situation is a farcical shambles. Starmer's cabinet, described charitably as slapstick, is a recycled collection of familiar faces and failures. The consequences are stark: a struggling economy, strained public services, and a Labour Party seemingly incapable of addressing either. They're too busy covering up scandals to govern. Starmer is clearly in over his head. He can't control his cabinet, answer simple questions, or lead the country. How much longer can this charade continue? At this rate, the UK will be lucky to have anything left when Labour's done with it. Labour's economic promises have evaporated faster than a sandcastle at high tide. The UK economy is in dire straits, the numbers painting a bleak picture that's even making loyal Labour supporters question their choices. The London Stock Exchange is witnessing a mass exodus. 45 firms have delisted this year alone, the worst in over a decade. These aren't small players. Major corporations are fleeing. Labour's policies are transforming the UK into an economic no-man's land. The 0.5% stamp duty tax on trading, for example, prompted Nikolai Stonky, CEO of Revolut, to declare listing in London not rational. Labour is making it nonsensical for businesses to remain. It's not just large corporations feeling the pinch. A Wealth Club report reveals that 55% of high-net-worth individuals believe the UK no longer supports wealth creation, with 42% finding it unattractive to establish businesses here, nearly half of potential job creators rejecting investment. A shocking 31% more wealthy individuals are considering leaving the UK compared to last year. Labour's policies are actively chasing away anyone with substantial wealth. Nicholas Hyatt, an investment manager, highlighted the crucial contribution of top earners. The top 100 contribute an average of £46 million in tax each, and Labour is driving them away. Then there's Rachel Reeves, the Chancellor, pushing for a £25 billion national insurance increase. Apparently, what our struggling economy needs is higher taxes, like curing a hangover with more alcohol. Critics warn this could lead to rising unemployment and even more businesses leaving. But hey, at least Labour will have more money to waste on endless reviews, right? How much worse can it get? At this rate, there may be little economy left for Labour to mismanage. The UK is stagnating, and Starmer's lot seem clueless about how to fix it. They promised a coherent economic strategy, but 5 months in, all we have are broken promises and declining prospects. Projections under Labour's current policies are grim: significant job losses and even less investment. It's a downward spiral, making Starmer's position increasingly precarious. But it's not just the economy suffering. Labour has hit us with a massive national insurance hike, hard-working people like you and me footing the bill. This will push up unemployment and scare businesses away. They've also targeted students, breaking their promise not to raise tuition fees, the first increase since 2017. And it might just be the beginning. Reeves hasn't ruled out further tax hikes. They seem to have an insatiable appetite for our hard-earned cash. These tax increases will hit everyone, but lower-income families will struggle the most. While they take our money, what are they doing with it? Fixing the NHS? Improving schools? Tackling crime? No, they're launching review after review, all talk, no action. Labour's obsession with reviews is staggering. They've launched an absurd number, a smokescreen to hide their lack of direction. They're paralysed by indecision, hiding behind endless consultations. Even Labour MPs are fed up. Jess Phillips, a Home Office minister, expressed frustration, wanting to implement policies, not just talk about them. While Labour reviews everything, real problems worsen. The immigration crisis spirals, the NHS struggles, and crime soars. Labour is more interested in appearing busy than actually doing anything. They're playing at governing instead of leading. Labour's immigration policy has far-reaching consequences. Schools struggle to accommodate the influx of students, many non-English speakers. The housing market is strained, pushing up prices and pricing out long-time residents. Our towns and cities are changing rapidly, sometimes without proper integration planning. Even Labour's traditional supporters, union leaders, voice concerns about the impact on wages and working conditions. It's not just about competence, it's about Labour's vision for the country. Is there a long-term plan, or are we simply lurching from one crisis to the next? Our public services are also suffering. The education system is struggling, schools are overcrowded, teachers are overwhelmed, and standards are slipping. Crime rates are rising, and Starmer's promise of 13,000 extra police officers is a hollow one. Less than a third are new recruits. At PMQs, Starmer's responses were vague and evasive. Labour has no solid plan to address these problems. People are feeling the impact every day. Labour's failures are evident, and people are noticing. The whispers of rebellion within Labour are growing louder. MPs, once riding high on their election victory, now view Starmer as yesterday's news. Open criticism is rampant, questioning his economic policies, handling of public services, and even his leadership ability. The Louise Hayes scandal fuels this discontent. There are rumours of leadership challenges. Some MPs are positioning themselves as alternatives. The knives are out, and Starmer's back is exposed. Public opinion is turning against Starmer. His approval rating is a dismal 26%, worse than Theresa May's during Brexit chaos or John Major after Black Wednesday. Economic policy, immigration, and the NHS are major issues. The polls are just the beginning of his troubles. It could get much worse. Labour's decline is breathtaking. Only a quarter of Brits think Starmer is doing an okay job. Older voters, crucial for Labour, are particularly unimpressed, 74% disappointed. Broken promises, the Hayes scandal, and disastrous economic policies have all contributed to this collapse. Social media is ablaze with frustration. Foreign investment has plummeted, and other countries question Britain's stability. Starmer's premiership is on life support. The damage done in just 5 months could take years to undo. Will he resign, or will he be pushed?